This is the intro song. I don't have an intro song, but I might get an intro song, but I might not. Thank you. Okay, here we go. Welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for clicking the video. I appreciate it. This is our first Tuesday wrap-up video for our wraparound weekend. So we usually game Friday to Monday for now. Eventually I'd like to see it every day of the week, of course. But for right now, that's what we got. This was our first Saturday, so we gamed Friday, Saturday, and Monday. Great turnout. What I'm going to do for this video is I will go over just kind of real quick, rehash the games that we played, as many as I can remember. If I forget any, comment down below what I forgot. I just kind of tried to write it down by memory. I don't have the sheet where I write everything down. I should probably get that before I do these videos. We'll get there. And then we're gonna do some definitions, some game board definitions. But there were some pretty much everything was tied with the different things that we were going to talk about. So maybe on the Friday video, the video that I kind of introduced what we're doing for the weekend. Excuse me. Maybe I'll add something to it, and maybe I'll put something in between, maybe a Wednesday or a Thursday video with deluxeifications, and then maybe do just a quick little, like a 3-minute breakdown or 5-minute breakdown of a game that we play a lot here at the game group. Maybe we'll do that, and then just leave Tuesdays for definitions. And then eventually what I'd like to do is take all of the definitions that we do, kind of edit them out once I learn how to edit those out, kind of give it their own space, almost like a video dictionary. So if you ever are wondering, like, wow, what does this person mean? You're watching a Dice Tower video or a Board Game Co video, and you're wondering what does this person mean when they say X or Y, and then you can go, oh well, just go see what it means and click on that video. That's the hope. So eventually we'll have it all in one place, and everyone will be able to talk and communicate really well together, and that's the goal anyway. So we're going to do some definitions today, just a couple. We're going to talk about, what are we going to talk about today? Tactics versus strategy, or tactical versus strategic. We'll talk a little bit about that, and try to define any gaming terms that I use while I'm defining those. Then about, almost towards the end of the video, about probably 3/4 of the way, I'm gonna make the announcement. Some of you probably know what it is already, and that's fine, but it's pretty cool. Excited to let everybody know about this. And then we've got the channel goals at the end. Just kind of talk, why am I doing this? I'm not really gonna get into why did I make the group yet, and I could probably write a thesis on why I wanted to make this group, but we'll just talk about where goals are mostly for the channel right now, and kind of give an idea where I'd like to see it go and where I'm hoping that we go. And then we'll talk bigger picture after we hit our first goal, and we'll talk about that. And then maybe I'll sing an outro song, because I don't have anything fancy. And if anything crazy happens during that, I'm just keeping it. I don't know how to edit, and I don't have time to redo this again. I'm gonna record, and then I'm gonna shoot it out. I'm gonna hope this phone records the whole time, because it's trash. I've got a trash phone right now because my good one broke. So it is what it is. But we'll get a camera too eventually, hopefully. So first order of business, just talk about what we played. So Friday night, great night. We had over 20 people at the Art Garden. I know we played Parks, we played Acropolis, we played Hansa Teutonica, we played Nidavellir. Beyond the Sun, our D&D group had their session 1. Our second D&D group had their session 1. Footsteps of Darwin was played, Cascadia was played, Fantasy Realms was played. I'm sure there were some other ones, and I can't think of them right now, but if you remember, throw them down in the comments below. Saturday had a great day. It was it was a little slow at first, but then we got over 20 people for the day, and we played a ton of games. Played Hand and Foot, Empire Express, Carnegie, Wingspan, Diced Veggies, Through the Desert, Acropolis again, Rear Window, In the Footsteps of Darwin again, Hanabi. There was a number, like, they played Hanabi like 2 or 3 times, I think. Dune Imperium with Ix, Close the Night, fantastic game. Harmonies was played, also a big favorite. And there was a ton of kids games played at the kids table. And that, hold on, let's have a side, meet me over here at camera 2. We're going to have a side discussion. Let's talk about the kids table real quick. One of the most requested requests I've had since I've started this group was more like family centered or kids appropriate meetups. And so I was so happy when we had someone who is not only an expert in teaching children, but an expert in children's games, offer to do a kids table. I was like, this is amazing. This is gonna go huge. This is gonna be great. Because I thought, that this is exactly what everybody wants. So we're gonna give everyone what they want. And we've had the kids table 2 or 3 times now, and it's not taking off. And I just wanna stress to everybody, this is free, and there is an expert. A person who was an elementary school teacher, is retired, and who is an expert in kids games, knows the top 100 kids games inside and out, of something that I have no knowledge of. Giving 3 hours or more. They were there for probably 4 hours. Him and his daughter, 4-year-old daughter, fantastic gamer she is, and I really hope that it catches on. I'd like to see more people take advantage of it, because you could, if you have the kind of kid you can sit at the table and let a teacher teach them a game, and you can sit at another table and play with adults, or maybe sit at another table and just have a drink or read your book or just relax for a couple hours while somebody else, an expert, teaches you how to play. Or, because Jason tells me all the time how incredible these games are, you can sit and learn with them. And you guys, if it's a game you like, you can buy that game. Now you have something to play at home together, which would be amazing. It's just I just think it's such a fantastic opportunity for everybody, and it's such a great service that he's offering for free, that I just wish more people would take advantage of it, because I know I've seen the requests, I've seen the polls, I've seen the comments that people wanted something like this. So I would love to get more family friendly, but let's fill up one a month. Let's start there and see about getting more kid friendlies. Meet me at camera 3. Hey card players, hey standard card players. You have probably been I've had more requests for card nights than I've had for kid friendly nights. And to this point, we get 1 or 2 strictly card players out. Elizabeth, you rock, you're the bomb. I'm gonna keep trying to get more card players to come out. And I really think that if you came out, you would enjoy yourselves. And I know that my theory is why card players don't do a lot. It says cards are something you break out when you're doing something else and you're bored, right? You got family there, or it's a party, there's nothing going on. Let's play some cards. It's not really a destination, like, you're coming to play Dwellings, baby. Like, you're like, oh, we're playing Dwellings Friday night. I'm circling that. That is a destination game. That is an event game, right? I don't know the standard cards are, but prove me wrong. Circle our next bubbly meetup, and come out and play with Cheryl and Mike and Elizabeth, and hopefully Francis now. Francis, I saw you. You were having fun at the card players table. Let's grow our standard card players and give our regular standard card players some more people to play with. That would make me happy, just to know that, you know, we're finally getting the card players who have begged for meetups to play cards. Finally getting them out. Let's see what can we do to get that happen. Let me know what can I do to make it happen. What can we do to get people to come out who have been asking, you know, for events, but then we're struggling to get people to come out for them. Let me know. There's a bridge that we can gap. Just tell me how to build that bridge and I'll build it. All right, let's go back to camera one. And then Monday last night was fantastic. Like, it's not a night I can get to all the time, but every time I do, I enjoy myself. It's a good group. It's definitely getting its regulars. There's a new face I saw, Tim. Nice to meet you, and some other people who come out. Dylan, was your first time? Awesome. I love it. I think we had at least 12 there last night on, and so that's like over 20 Friday, over 20 Saturday, and it was at least 12, maybe 13 or 14. I don't know. I should have the attendance and the I should have those sheets, or at least access to them. But we'll get there. I'll get it. I'll figure it out. I'll figure out how to see everything, or at least take a picture of it before I leave. We played Hansa Teutonica. Great game there. I got to play. It's one of my favorites. I love me a good beige Euro. So thanks Tom and Graham for playing. Mountain Goats was played. There was an Azul variant. Can't remember which one. I think Summer Pavilion, but they all kind of run together in my head. Far Away. I got to play Far Away. Super, super elegant design in that game. So much decision space for so few components that I always bravo to the designers. And I don't know who you are, but bravo. And there were some other ones too, but whatever I'm forgetting, please put in comments below. That would be great. And that was our wrap up. So, and when I say these games, please understand that at least I'm sure, if not every single one, nearly every single one of those games, at least one person was being taught. Typically multiple people, if not everybody except the person teaching, were taught how to play those games. So we are teaching a ton of games a week, and I love it. All right, this is gonna be our first definition talk. Oh wait, definitions. I'll have something someday probably. We're gonna talk about the difference between tactical and strategic, or tactics and strategy, and really it comes down to when you break it all the way down, you can kind of start at what is going on with the game state, or the board state. You'll hear it called either one of those. And the game state, board state, that's basically like, what are the components doing at any time in the game. If it's a shared board and there's interaction, which means players are able to do things that affect the things that you do, that would be, like an interactive game. There are also games where people can't do much with you, like a personal, maybe you have a tableau, or at the very end of the spectrum would away from interaction would be like multiplayer solitaire, where there's something happens and we all use that information. I can't affect the other players can't affect me. I could be playing it by myself, but I'm not. I'm playing it with others, and then we see who has the highest score at the end. And that would be like a multiplayer solitaire. A lot of the reveal and record. That's what I call all of the flip, roll, pull, and write, record, like color, fill, like all of that. So, roll and writes. But there are all kinds of different ways to do them now. So I just call it, you reveal something, some kind of randomness, and you record it in some way. So almost all, or at least a good number of the reveal and records have no interaction at all and are perfect examples of a multiplayer solitaire. But for games that have some kind of game state, board state, shared board state, and are interactive, even in the slightest, you would have the chance of it being tactical. A tactical game versus a strategic game is the difference between thinking on your feet, like right now, you've got to, okay, something just happened and now I have to respond to it, versus thinking ahead, planning, like, okay, I know that if I do this now, I can do that later, and that'll allow me to finally do this. Most games will have at least a little bit of both, but almost every game will tend to be one or the other. It'll be either more tactical or more strategic. Some of my favorite games, personally, are heavy strategy with just a little bit of tactics, just a little bit of tactical thinking on your feet. And the reason the game state matters so much is that if you're playing a game and somebody can change the thing that you were going to do, somebody can change, player 2 can change, and if they didn't, maybe player 3 can change it, and if they didn't, player 4 can change it. By the time it gets back to you, there's very little chance that you can plan ahead, because the board state will have changed so much that you'll plan and go, oh, I can't do that, and then the next player will go, oh, I can't do that now, and then you'll plan and, oh, I can't do that. So basically, in a tactical game, you're mostly forced to wait until it's your turn. Like, you can have like a if then, if this then that kind of situation in your head, but the more tactical it is, the less that you can plan ahead like that, the less strategic a game is. And for me, I don't mind tactics, but there has to, like, a game that is low strategy but high tactics, for me, it almost has to be a 1v1, because if I'm gonna wait, and this to me is an age. This tells me that a game has an old design. It's either showing its age, or whoever designed it was unaware of like modern sensibilities. And let's say it's a 4-player game, and it's highly tactical, and I can't plan. Here's the problem. So player 1, I've just took my turn, right? And I'm hoping something happens when it comes back to me, but there's no way I can plan for it. I can't strategize for it, because there's going to be 3 other people taking their turns, and they could completely stop me from doing it. On player 1, I've just did something that messed player 1's hope. Player 1's plan for it. So now player 1, in a highly tactical game, is going to have to rethink his or her turn. So now that turn takes a few minutes. And it's not really AP. That's analysis paralysis. That's when you have too many choices and you're trying to find the perfect choice. It's not really that. It's just you might only have 3 choices or 2 choices, but they weren't presented to you until just now. So you got to take a couple minutes to take your turn. So they might take 2 or 3 minutes. And then the next player has to take 2 or 3 minutes because everything's changed for them. And the next player is going to so it might be 10 minutes till I get my turn back, where I'm completely unengaged, because almost nothing that is done is going to matter, because I can't plan ahead. So what's the first thing you're going to do? Pull out your phone. So in a game that is highly tactical, should be the one that is the most interactive, but it's probably the one where people are paying attention to the most, or paying attention to the least, because they can't really do anything until it's their turn. So I steer away from games that are highly tactical, multiplayer, which is more than 2-player, and turn-based. And by turn-based means you take your turn, and then the other person takes a turn, another player. You could get away with maybe a highly tactical game where it was simultaneous play, which means everybody plays at the same time. And then there's not that much sitting around. But for me, if the more tactical a game is, the fewer players that I will be willing to play with. I would have to play like a 1v1 in a highly tactical game. So from what comes to mind most of the time are like your abstract strategies, which we'll define at another time. But those are perfect, or your TCGs. and we'll define those in another time too. One versus one are great for tactics. Now strategy. What's nice about strategy is you can have a little bit of interaction, right? So you can have plan. You can have your plan, right? I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do this, then I'm going to do this. And if the game state changes a little bit, you can be like, oh, I'm going to shift gears and do this instead. And then I'm going to kind of, maybe I'll do this, maybe. So it's more of a branching, right? You can have interaction, but not have it so tactical that the entire game state changes. You can have a plan and be like, oh, well, all right, no, well, there's a roadblock there now. I can just do a quick little, jaunt over here to the left or the right, and then maybe get back on track, or maybe find out that something over here is better. So you're always able to plan ahead, and maybe somebody can get in your way or make it not as good as you were hoping for, but you're still, your overall plan is still like a root from a tree. It just keeps branching out, or branches. Anyway, so you can have some interaction in a strategic game. It doesn't have to be you can't take you don't have to take tactics out of it completely. It does not have to be a multiplayer solitaire to be truly strategic. But you can't have the game state change entirely so that there's no possible way to plan ahead. It's just got to be a little interaction, just a little change, like, oh, maybe just a bump in the road, as opposed to, like, let's jump off the boat and get into the plane, like that highly tactical games are. That's pretty much it. So that's my beginning to define some terms that you might hear. And some people love tactics and will take tactics over strategy any day of the week. They love the quick thinking. They like the post luck, and oh man, they like all that stuff. I like a little bit of it, but I'm more of a planner. I like to think strategically. I like to have my dopamine fulfilled. Yeah. I like to think, oh, I'm going to do this, and then do it and be like, yes, that feels really good. Those are my favorite games. But a good tactical game every once in a while is appreciated as well. Okay, I have no idea how far we are into this. I should probably be timing these. I'm running my mouth. Time for the big announcement. People have been asking for this forever, and it's finally happened. We're going to try to make it a monthly thing. We're going to try to keep it to the third Saturday as well as the first Saturday. And that is, we will now have 2 meetups a month at Bubbly. And maybe more to come, we'll see. We'll see. I do think we bring them some business. I think we do good things for them, and they do good things for us. I hope we can build, continue to build a relationship. And maybe we can get it up to more days a month. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. The next one, our inaugural third Saturday at Bubbly will be in 2 weeks from now, on the 20th, 7/20. And hopefully we'll be able to do a third Saturday next month as well. If not, maybe we have to do the 4th Saturday. We'll play with it until we can get it planned out in advance, and they are ready for us in advance. So I'm hoping eventually we do the 1st and the 3rd Saturday. I don't know if the 3rd Saturday will have the kids table. I'll talk to Jason and see. I'm hoping, but I know for a fact the card players are definitely going to be there. I think anytime we do a Bubbly Saturday. So please, card players, come on out on the 20th this month. Play some cards, have some fun, have a drink, get some food. Make some connections, meet some people. It's a good time. Super good time. So our next video will be Friday morning. My plan is to do the wrap-ups on Tuesday evening, and then I don't know what I'm calling the Friday videos. I don't have anything fun to call them yet. If you can have a good name for them, let me know. But it's basically just kind of letting everyone know what we're doing with the weekend and what games are planned and where we're meeting and when and all of that stuff, and if we have any events or anything like that. And then I'll probably also add something to it. Maybe either a little 5 to 10 minute deluxification, or a little 5 to 10 minute like Gahanna gaming group breakdown of like one of our games. We'll see. I'll see how I do that. So that's Friday morning. Look for that on Friday morning. I'll probably shoot it Thursday night so I can get it on Friday morning. Who knows? Maybe I'll even learn a little bit of editing. Probably won't have an intro song yet, but maybe I'll get some editing. We'll see. That's pretty much it for the video. As always, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment. Tell me what you like about the videos, what you don't like would be great too. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm doing this for the community. I'm doing this for the board game community. I'm doing this for the Gahanna gaming group community, and I want to give you something that you want to watch. I want to give you something that you can learn from, or maybe eventually even be entertained by. And whatever it is you like, let me know. Whatever it is you don't like, let me know. If there's something else you're wanting, let me know. Just let me know. Communicate. It's literally the reason. Communication is the reason that all the tragedies happened in Shakespeare. Look it up. It's true. Communicate, people. As long as we communicate, then, we won't have to suffer the same fate as Romeo and Juliet. Communicate. A little bit about the goal, like what I'm trying to do for this channel. Our next big, the big milestone for us is 1,000 subscribers. When we get to 1,000 subscribers, I will let you know what our next goal is, and I will even let you know what the big plan is for this channel, and why we're doing it. And if we can't even get to 1,000 subscribers, then it doesn't really matter, does it? There's no reason to talk about goals or plans or anything. If we can't do something that at least 1,000 people would like to be subscribed to, then there really is no big goal. But I think we can, and I think 1,000 can happen pretty quickly, especially if you guys help and you share. So subscribe, tell other people about us, and get them to subscribe, because I think there's some cool things that we can end up doing eventually. And I'll get to those later on down the line. But get us to 1,000 subscribers, we'll do something cool. I don't know what, but something cool, something fun. Most likely something fun. Maybe not fun for me, I don't know, we'll see, maybe. But mostly I just really want to tell everybody what my big plans are, and those plans may change somewhat depending on how quickly or how we get to 1,000 subscribers. Maybe they won't. Maybe we'll get there exactly as fast as I think we will. But the quicker the better, because we're running out of room. we need a way to get more space for gaming, and that's a good problem to have, but it's still a problem that needs a solution. And I think I have it, but it's going to take some time, and it's going to take a whole lot of help to get there. But I have faith. And that's another thing. I'm going to continue to do this channel and this group until the universe tells me to stop doing it. And whatever it would take for the universe to do that, I don't know, but it would be significant. So I plan on doing this, and I can't wait to see what we end up. I mean, it hasn't even been a year yet, and I would never have guessed we've gotten this far and gotten this big and has been this amazing this quickly. So I can't imagine what another year will do, but I'm excited to find out. I hope you are too. So I think that's about it. I mean, if you came out this weekend, it was great seeing you. If you didn't, I hope to see you soon. And I think that's probably the end. I'm here by myself, except for Dumas. Hi, buddy. What are you doing? Okay. So I don't have anybody to push the power, so I'll push the power, and I guess we'll do an outro song, but I'm gonna do it while I'm drinking coffee. Cause I love my coffee, even though it's decaf, cause it's late and I don't want to be up forever. And I hope this thing's still recording. Goodbye.